Let's take a look at the top 10 reasons you shouldn't have your staff do the patient reminder calls every day. What we hear from typical office managers when they first hear about doing automated reminder calls is the objection that we already pay our staff to do the calls. Why should we pay more to automate? Now, here's why. Number 10. If your staff's calling all the patients, it ties up your phone lines and it's hard for patients to get through. Do you want your patients to have a busy signal throughout the day? If you use our service, we don't use your phone lines. We use our own, so it frees up your phone lines. Number 9. The staff may not tell you this, but every time we talk to people that have to make these calls, they tell us they hate doing the calls. Number 8. It takes staff time away from serving patients in the office. A typical calling load of 20 to 25 calls will take a staff member an hour. Now, if a staff member making a simple reminder call gets on the phone with a talkative patient, that phone call that should take just a few minutes takes 5 or 10. And what's more important to your patient satisfaction? Helping patients right there in the office or making a reminder call that could be done with automation? Number 7. Typical reminder calls takes time away from other activities in the office, especially from insurance verifications. This will increase your denials and cause AR collection issues. Do you want staff focusing on insurance verification? Or do you want to make reminder calls that could be done more effectively and cheaply with 1-800-NOTIFY? Number 6. Your staff's only human and during the day gets tired and may not always be courteous. We like to think they are, but when somebody gets tired, it may be difficult to make these calls. Number 5. The staff may run out of time or forget to call all the patients, especially being a job that most staff members really dislike doing. You'll leave it till the end of the day, and if other activities take precedence, you might forget to call a patient or two. And remember, the cost of 1-800-NOTIFY is about the same cost as one missed appointment a month. Number 4. People calling will not reach as many patients as with automation. What happens is when your staff gets a busy signal, they may or may not try to call that person back. With our service, you get at least 3 calls to every busy signal, and we have a much higher percentage of patients that are actually reached. Number 3. If your staff's doing the call, more than likely there's no written proof that every single patient was called and what the outcome was. With 1-800-NOTIFY, you'll get a written email report minutes after the calls are done, like clockwork every single day. Number 2. It takes staff time away from helping reduce or follow up on denials or other collection-related issues. Again, this hurts your bottom line. And the number 1 reason you shouldn't have your staff do the patient reminder calls is you're hurting patient satisfaction, hurting staff morale, getting them to do a job they really hate doing, and worse, losing money. You'll have more no-shows, more denials, and collection issues if you have your staff do the patient reminder calls. Now, thank goodness there is a better way. Why don't you let 1-800-NOTIFY handle all your patient reminder calls? We have a no-risk, no-cost 30-day free trial. Our cost is a flat fee that's so affordable that one single no-show avoided pays for the entire month's service. And your staff's going to save lots of time. They'll save 95% of the time compared to doing the calls themselves. So instead of an hour, it'll just take 3 minutes. So why don't you get started today? 1-800-NOTIFY.com or 1-800-939-1853. Thanks.